Hello folks, welcome back. Today we are doing a PGX grading video. We are going to do an unboxing. You will see it at the end of this video. You're not going to have to wait. What we have is a stack of modern comic books. There are 20, and we're going to show you each of them, grade them really quickly, box them up, show you the boxing process, and then wait. And then when we receive our box back from PGX grading, professional grading experts, then we'll do the unboxing and show you how it looks, discuss it a little bit, compare it to our grading. And to expedite this a little bit so the video doesn't end up being an hour long, we will show you each of these books in a slideshow here really quickly. So let's get that started. Starting off our submission slideshow is Legend of Oz, Wicked West, Heroes Convention limited edition of 250 copies, virgin cover of issue number 4, which I'm guessing is going to be about a 9.6-ish condition. Darkness Butcher number 1, also about a 9.6, I'm thinking. It's got a little bit of spine stress. I'd like to see it do a little better, but I'm guessing it's going to bottom out at about a 9.6. Angel number 20, sketch variant, blue sketch variant, virgin cover. I'm guessing about a 9.6 on this one also. Well, you really have to watch out, especially where a cover is all white or all black in the background, is that the stress marks show through more prominently. If this was an all color copy, you might pull off a 9.8 on it, but I'm guessing a 9.6 because it's mostly white. Venom Lethal Protector number 1, gold edition copy. There were 3 of these. The red edition, which was the basic newsstand and comic shop edition, a gold and a black cover variant. Metallic covers, they're foil. This one in the upper left hand corner has a color fleck. Now this book is nearly perfect. It hasn't even had the spine cracked. It's really a perfect edition. But that color fleck that you can barely see there in the upper left hand corner, where it's whitish, because it's foil, I think they're going to bottom this out to a 9.6. I'm hoping I can pull a 9.8 out of it, because if it was a color fleck on any other edition, it would be a 9.8. But I'm kind of worried that they're going to give this one a 9.6 because it's foil. Thor number 1, and that is the Earth X variant female Thor, and this is, of course, a variant edition. And I'm thinking 9.6-ish. They might give it a 9.4. Same problem. It's any spine stresses or anything like that are going to show up more on this because the background cover is all white. Vader Down, number 1, Northeast Comic Con cover. And I'm going to put this one at about a 9.6 also, but it could be the same problem once again because stress marks will really show on a white cover. So I'm saying 9.6. And of course, the color version of the same one with all the teenage looking versions of our favorite Star Wars characters there. Vader Down number 1, and that is the Phantom variant. I'm saying 9.6 for this one also. Kirby Genesis number 2. I'm going to say 9.6. I'm going to hope for 9.6, possibly a 9.4. Same problem, because stress marks are going to show up more prominently on a white color cover than if this was a color cover. Uncanny X-Men number 500, autographed edition. I'm guessing about a 9.6 for this one also. It's a really solid copy. This variant isn't worth too much, but it's enhanced by the fact that it is autographed, and this is a dynamic forces autograph, which means that it's sealed on the back with a certificate inside. All of the autographs that you're going to see on here are dynamic forces autographs. I'm going to open that. I'm going to remove the seal, take the certificate out, and then send that in. I'm sending it to PGX primarily because PGX is not going to downgrade for a signature like CGC would. Onslaught Reborn, number 1. Same problem here that I've already talked about. I'd like to say 9.6 on it. They might pull a 9.4. This is the Rob Liefeld sketch cover edition, by the way. They might say a 9.4 again because stress marks are going to show up more on a white cover than it will on a color cover. Wolverine number 5, and that is actually Wolverine Origins number 5. I'm saying 9.6 on this one. And this variant isn't worth a whole hell of a lot, but it's an Alphonse Mucha cover variant. And that is the artist chose to draw it in the style of Mucha, who is a favorite artist of mine. Superior Iron Man number 1. Again, a 9.6. And you see I'm hovering around 9.6 a lot because that's like with a lot of these modern books, unless it's something really fancy or really valuable, you probably don't want to bother to send it in if it's less than a 9.6. Magnus Robot Fighter number 1, Virgin cover variant. This is a limited edition of 25 copies only. 25 copies only. This one is kind of hovering between a 9.6 and a 9.8. I'm guessing 9.6 is where it's going to come off. But since it's such a low run number, 25 copies, it's worth sending it in. The Shadow Green Hornet Dark Knights, number 1, sketch cover variant. Same deal here. And those marks that you see on the left side are not damage to the book. It's actually the way that it's been painted and spined. It's got those white notches drawn in there. This one is a limited edition of 50 copies. So once again, it is worth it to send that one in, and I'm guessing around 9.6 on this as well. Miss Fury number 1, sketch cover variant, limited to 75 copies only. This one is really in pristine condition. It's a very high grade. I'm going to say at least a 9.8. I'd like to say 9.9. I'm not going to. Same problem, white cover. I'm guessing a 9.8, which for a 75 copy run is really outstanding. Guardians of the Galaxy number 5. Guardians of the Galaxy, very popular right now, especially because of the film, possibly another film coming out. Signed by the artist and numbered. And it's again, this is a Dynamic Forces. It has the certificate, so I do not have to pay for PGX's autograph verification. And I'm going to say 9.6 on this one. I know, go ahead and make fun. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, number 2. And this is a variant of number 2. And it has been signed and remarked by the artist. They drew a little pony on there, little unicorn it looks like. And this one, however, is a very high grade. I'm going to say possibly a 9.8. It's damn near perfect, unopened condition. I'm going to say it's damn near a 9.8, which for that particular variant, it's not a cheap variant. That's outstanding if I can pull a 9.8 out of this one. Oh yeah. Vampirella Strikes. number 1 virgin cover variant photo cover. And that one is a limited edition. I believe it's a limited edition of 400 copies only. And so in this one, in the lower right hand corner, the book is perfect except for, and again, white cover, so watch out. Lower right hand corner, there's a crease, like this book got dropped or bumped. And that's going to bring the grading way down. 9294. I'm hoping for a 94. But that grade, that dent is going to bring the grade down. But since it's such a limited edition, I'm going to go ahead and send it in. Spider-Man 2099 Scotty Young variant cover. Not worth a whole hell of a lot, but I like Scotty Young. This one is signed and numbered, edition of 25 copies only. I've got the certificate for it, and it's a really high grade copy. Usually autographed copies, because they've been handled by the artist, you can't pull a 10. If somebody touched it to write on it, it's been touched enough to pull it down. But this one's damn near a 9.8. It's way up there. So I'm going to go ahead and get that one encapsulated. And Wolverine, number 1 blank cover variant, which has been signed by the artist and has had a hand-drawn sketch, a one-of-a-kind sketch, put on the cover. The blank cover variant, again, not worth a whole hell of a lot, but because it has a one-of-a-kind sketch on it, that adds a lot of value to it. I'm going to call this one a 9.6. Okay, and that is what we are sending on to PGX, Professional Grading Experts, for their grading process. Now let's take a look at how we're going to pack those up to ensure their safety on their little journey through the mail, because as you can imagine, the slightest little mishap could be devastating to the condition of any book that is in a high-end bracket. Let's take a look how we do that. Right, now it's time to pack these bad boys up. Now you see what I've done here is I have flipped the books one up, one down so that they are facing each other. There's 20 in total, and I have 10 in each stack facing each other, bagged and boarded and sealed. And each one of those stacks, 10 and 10, has been placed inside of another sleeve and sealed to keep them all nice and tight. Now, you see this one is the Uncanny X-Men number 500A with the Greg Land variant cover that has been autographed. On the backs of every single one of these books, I have written what the book is and put a sticker on the back of the Mylar sleeve. That way there can be no mistakes. And again, this is a demonstration of how I've got one up and one down so that they're nice and flat. You don't want anything to happen once these go in the mail. Stacked on top of each other with a liner of bubble wrap in the middle of the two stacks, and then wrapped all the way around with bubble wrap to make sure it's nice and cocooned in there. I don't want anything happening to these once these hit the post office. Now you see how I've customized this box. I've cut out foam strips all the way around, and I have a foam lid that I've also cut out that will fit right on top of this. Lined with bubble wrap all the way around, and my stack of books laid to rest gently right in the center there. And then I'll lid it and seal it and mark it. There's our box. So we're going to go ahead and cut this open. It arrived today. It's a little later than expected, which is not a surprise because none of these places seem to ever be able to get the package to you when they say they're going to. They even say on the website we're going to get it earlier, but they don't. Air pillows, I hate these things. These sleeves right here are the sleeves that you can go ahead and put your encapsulated books into, which is a nice consolation because they throw away your Mylar sleeves and cardboard backings. So here we go. 2 blocks, 10 each. Well packed enough. At least they put as much care into sending it back as I did in sending it to them, because that's always a concern. I don't believe any of these are damaged or could have been. We'll find out for sure in a minute. Let me look down in here. Underneath here on the bottom, if you weren't sure, they had the air pillows on top, but they put like packing peanuts on the bottom. And there you go. Packing peanuts. Yummy. Right, here we are again. It is 30 days later. It took a little longer than expected. You should have just seen a clip of the unboxing and an explanation there. And now I've got the stack sitting here, and we'll go ahead and run it down. Wolverine number 1 blank cover variant, although this one has been signed and remarked with a one-of-a-kind sketch by the artist. And that's why I sent this one in, because even at a 9.6, this particular variant, the blank cover variant's not worth too much, but since it was one-of-a-kind sketch, I went ahead and sent that one on. Now let's see. Wolverine Origins number 5, 9.6. Same difference. You know, it's not worth a whole bundle in a 9.6 grade, but I sent it in because this cover is after Muka. Basically, the artist here drew a sketch of Wolverine in the place of another character in one of Muka's paintings. And if you don't know who Muka is, you should, if you're into comic book art. That's a good book to have on Alphonse Muka, just for reference there. Superior Iron Man number 1, 9.6, which is about what I thought. And I love how these stack inside of each other. These cases stack inside of each other perfectly. Miss Fury number 1, 9.8, which is a limited edition of 75 copies only. Very nice one to have. Kirby Genesis number 2, 9.4. So I'm off on that one. I had said 9.6. It's still a difficult variant to get. Still retains a lot of value. Magnus Robot Fighter number 1, 9.6. Virgin cover, which is what I predicted, but I went ahead and sent this one in, like I said, because it's a low-end variant and we have a problem. Take a look. Can you see that? It says 1 of 75. That's wrong. That's a typo. These cover variants, these Virgin cover variants of both Magnus Robot Fighter and who's the other one, Turok Dinosaur Hunter, were limited editions of 25 copies only. This one's a limited edition of only 25 copies, and they have 75 on there, and that's wrong. So I've got the, and I have certificates for most of these here. Give me a moment. Here we go. Here's the certificate. What does that say? Limited edition of 25 copies. PGX, you made a mistake. I'm going to have to call them on that. Moving along, Angel number 20, 9.6, sketch variant cover. Vampirella Strikes number 1, photo cover. 9.4, and I figured that was going to happen because there is a dent, a fairly significant, although you really still can't even see it. It's significant enough on the fact that it's a white cover, of a dent there, a crumple where it must have been dropped on the edge. But since this is such a limited edition cover, it's only 400 copies of this. I went ahead and sent it along. Darkness Butcher number 1, 9.6, which seems to be the highlight here. Shadow and the Green Hornet, limited of 50 copies only, 9.6, which of course is why I sent it in, because it's such a limited edition copy. It's about what I expected. And we have another problem, because I know that's wrong. Penny for Your Soul #1. This is not Penny for Your Soul #1. You see that title up there? This is, it says Heroes Con variant cover 1 of 250, which is correct. You see the secondary information there is correct. But this is Legend of Oz Wicked West #4. Not Penny for Your Soul #1. I don't even have Penny for Your Soul #1 in the inventory here. That is way off. And then on the top here, look at the top edge. Penny for Your Soul #4. So is it #4 or is it #1? And then that's 3 mistakes so far out of the stack, out of 20 books. So that one I'm definitely going to have to call them on. The grading is correct. The grading for this book is correct, but that title is wrong, and that's a significant mistake. All right, I know. I'm a little miffed at that one. So the Magnus Robot Fighter #1 saying 75 instead of 25. I can see that, 'cause someone's sitting there typing it up. They hit the wrong key. But that's a big deal, because somewhere somebody has a Penny for Your Soul #1 that says Legend of Oz Wicked West #4 on it. Poor guy. Onslaught Reborn #1, 9.4. I'm disappointed, because I thought that was going to be a 9.6. I thought that was going to be a 9.6, and I'm looking at it and I'm still not seeing it. The spine's not too bad. I know it's got that bindery right there, but I accounted for that. And then X-Men #500, 9.4. And this is the autographed one, and of course I do have the certificate for it. I got a stack of them here. And these are the ones that are signed, came from Dynamic Forces, and they came sealed, as you saw. I opened them all up, and I removed the seal and sent it, and kept the certificates. And you see what they do here is they put name written on cover. And again, the reason that I went ahead and sent these along to PGX is because, unlike CGC, they do not penalize you for having a signature on the cover. They don't count it off. Like they said 9.6 here. I mean, sorry, they said 9.4 here. And if this had gone to CGC, they would have put a 9.2 because of the signature. And I see another little issue here, actually. Take a look at this. I want a close up right here. Do you see that line? That is a piece of shaving from off the plastic casing that fell inside and got trapped between the case and the book, which should not happen. You find that when you get these, because these new cases, when they snap them in, there's like these little shavings around the outside that you can pick off, like right here. I just took one off of the other one. You probably can't hardly see it, but it shouldn't be inside, because over time that could leave an indentation on the book. That's a problem that you used to have with, if you remember the Mylar sleeves that they used to use, where they slide the book down in the sleeve, and back in the day, the comic shop, they would pin it up on the wall like that. But if there's anything in there, a speck of dust would grind itself into that book, and you'd end up with books that have dents all over them after a while. Moving on. Vader Down. I had 2 copies of Vader Down that I sent 9.4 a piece, is what it says. I expected them actually to be a 9.6. That's disappointing, because for a more modern comic, unless there's something particular about it, like on the X-Men here, I can forgive it, because it's been autographed, and so that adds some value to it. Unless it's a really limited edition, I wouldn't have bothered if I thought these were going to come out 9.4. And that goes for Actually, I'll save that one. Let me switch these because I want to explain that one. Thor number 194 variant cover, female Thor, from the Earth X series. Guardians of the Galaxy number 5? Yeah, 5. Variant cover, autographed, and of course, it's an official autograph. I have the certification for it right here. So far, so good. My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. I know you all picked on me for that one. Variant cover of number 2, and signed and remarked 9898. That puts a very high dollar value on this particular variant. And this one, just because I like it, even though it's a 98, it's still not going to be worth a whole hell of a lot because it's not a very in-demand variant, but it's signed and numbered by Scotty Young, who is the guy who does these types of variants on comic book covers. And I just really liked this one, and I knew it was in really excellent shape, close to being dead mint. Now back to this one. I was hoping this one would be a 9.8. I suspected it might be a 9.6, and I had discussed that a little bit on the slideshow. And the reason for it is because of the color fleck up in the corner here. So, which a color fleck is when there's a discoloration spot on a comic cover. And I was hoping that it would still count as a 9.8, because otherwise the book is perfect. It's perfect. It was never even opened. There's 3 versions of this. The red version, which was the newsstand edition, a gold one, this one, and a black cover version. And the gold and black cover versions were extremely limited and difficult to find. But since it's a foil cover, I thought they might go lower on the value. I was really praying for a 9.8. If it was a paper cover with a discoloration, it would have got a 9.8. But since it's foil, 9.6, which is still fine because in that condition, this is a very rare book. So overall, I gotta say I'm kind of surprised. I know they make mistakes. They all do. Any one of these comic grading companies, because I've had errors from everybody, but 2 books with typos out of 20, it's a 10% error margin. And that kind of surprises me. 1 I could expect, and I'll give them a call, but 2, and especially one that it not only was there an error, but they completely screwed the title over, is kind of surprising. If you like this, we can do a lot more videos on grading and on encapsulating. Let us know what you think. I hope you enjoyed our demonstration, found it informative. Let us know what you think in the comments section below, and tune in again. We're happy to have you.